Why did Moses in Exodus 3 and Joshua take their shoes off or their sandals off for an angel?
Yeah, that's an interesting question because it was holy ground. It get reflected in that famous song, "You're standing on holy ground." It was holy because the angel of God was there, and God is in that angel, shows up as God's representative. There's that famous text which says, "My name," God's name, everything that God stands for, not just how to pronounce his name in Hebrew. That's not the big issue. But everything about God and his plan and what he's up to is in that angel of the Lord. When that angel of the Lord shows up, it is as if God is there himself. God, of course, is not an angel. We know that. But when the angel of the Lord showed up as God's direct representative, God's spokesman for God, that is time to tremble and fear. You're standing on holy ground. Take your shoes off. Due reverence for the very representative, the agent, the shaliach, as the Hebrews say. The agent of God was there in the form of an angel of the Lord. I think that's why that was a tremendously solemn moment.
Tens of millions of Christians are indoctrinated in the teaching that this angel, so there we have it in verse 2, the angel of the Lord appeared to Moses, and then the angel proceeds to speak as God. I am the God of your father.
Yes.
So as you know, the questioner is asking that because people associate this figure with the pre-human or pre-incarnate Son of God, second person of the Trinity.
One objection to that idea would be that Jesus never was, never will be an angel. That's the text in Hebrews where it says, "To which of the angels did God ever say at any time whatever, 'Today I've become your father and you're my begotten son'?" He never said that to an angel. So it's very passingly strange and contradictory to say, well, Jesus must have been that angel of the Lord. That would put him in the wrong category. I know you can play with the word angel and say it just means messenger, which is sometimes true, mostly not true, by the way. Angel is normally angel in the book of Revelation, I think 70 times. There is a group, Christophanians, who don't like one of those. They say, well, that must be a messenger. No, angel, angelos, in the book of Revelation is an angel, sometimes a wicked one. So that clearly then is the reason for the holy ground. It was an angel, wasn't Jesus. Jesus is a human being. Talking of the pre-human Jesus, how can you be pre-human? How can you exist before you exist? Have we not learned the lesson that every human being comes into existence in the womb of his or her mother? You can't be older than your ancestor David. This is simply incoherence in terms of simple language. So teach your children to think of Mary having a miracle wrought in her womb. Son of God, Jesus, was begotten in her. That's Matthew 1:20. This is a wonderful subject. Begotten there in Matthew 1:20 means brought into existence, not just conceived. Of course, that was also a conception from the mother's point of view, but the Greek text there in Matthew 1:20 says, what is begotten, that is to say, fathered, brought into existence in her womb, is a result of a miracle by the Holy Spirit. Isn't that easy? Isn't that beautiful? Compared with the contorted, convoluted arguments of the church fathers who talked about Jesus not having a beginning because he was eternally begotten. What does that even mean? We need to be very careful we're not talking nonsense to ourselves or to our children. Make it clear to them from those beautiful stories in Matthew and Luke how Jesus began to be Son of God in the womb of his mother by miracle, of course.
Exodus says it's the angel as well, Anthony.
Yes.
In verse 2, I mean,
Good.
we don't really need to go to Stephen in the book of Acts. We
No,
know Stephen says